Most people think AI surveillance is just software watching camera feeds. But what's happening right now is very different. There are publicly traded AI companies, both trading under $5, whose systems are already being used in real cities, on real roads, and in real government environments to analyze live data in ways that didn't exist a few years ago. These are not startups building apps. These are companies whose AI is sitting behind live video streams, sensor networks, and critical decision systems. And the surprising part is how small their stock prices still are compared to what they're actually doing in the real world. The first company is working in a part of AI that most people never see. Instead of building consumer tools or chatbots, it focuses on large-scale data fusion and predictive intelligence. Its technology is designed to pull together information from satellites, sensors, cameras, reports, and historical records into a single system that can predict patterns before humans notice them. This is the type of AI used in defense environments, border monitoring, logistics tracking, and large operational networks where thousands of data points must be analyzed in real time. What makes this unusual is that the company didn't start as a typical AI firm. It built its reputation inside government and military intelligence environments where data overload is a real problem. Analysts often have access to more information than they can process, and this company's platform is designed to prioritize, filter, and connect that information automatically. Instead of humans trying to detect patterns, the system flags anomalies, predicts movement, and highlights risks before they become obvious. This same technology is now being adapted outside of defense. It's being used in transportation networks, large infrastructure monitoring, and complex operational systems where constant decision-making is required. The AI doesn't just watch. It correlates data across multiple sources and turns it into predictions. That is a very different level of surveillance compared to simple video analytics. It's predictive awareness. In the broader industry, this type of AI is becoming extremely important because modern cities, transportation systems, and national infrastructure produce massive amounts of live data every second. Without intelligent systems to interpret it, most of that data is useless. Governments and enterprises are increasingly investing in platforms that can convert raw streams into actionable intelligence, and this company is positioned exactly in that space. Its business model revolves around long-term contracts, primarily with government agencies and large organizations that need reliable intelligence systems. These are not one-time software sales. They are recurring contracts for mission-critical platforms that become deeply embedded in operations. Once installed, they are very difficult to replace because they are integrated with existing workflows and security systems. Now here is where the mystery ends. The company is BigBear.ai Holdings Inc., trading under the ticker BBAI, and its stock price is around $4.68. Despite building AI systems that operate in defense intelligence, infrastructure monitoring, and predictive surveillance environments, the company is still valued like a small speculative tech stock. One reason it remains cheap is that much of its work happens behind the scenes in government and enterprise environments that don't generate flashy headlines. It's not a consumer brand. Its revenue growth depends on contracts and deployments that take time to scale, and the market often overlooks companies that operate quietly in these sectors. But the second company is even more surprising because its AI is visible in everyday life, and most people don't realize it. Imagine driving through a city where traffic cameras are not just recording footage but actively analyzing every vehicle that passes. These systems can identify license plates, detect vehicle types, measure speed, recognize driving patterns, and track traffic flow in real time. But more importantly, they can connect that information across an entire city to build a live map of how vehicles move through urban environments. This company builds AI-powered roadway intelligence systems that turn ordinary traffic cameras into smart sensors. Instead of simply storing video, the cameras feed data into AI models that interpret what is happening on the roads at any moment. Law enforcement uses this to identify stolen vehicles and track suspects. Transportation departments use it to manage congestion and redesign traffic patterns. Urban planners use it to understand how cities actually move. What makes this unusual is that the AI is not analyzing footage after the fact. It's processing everything in real time and feeding structured data into city systems. It turns video into searchable, actionable intelligence. The moment a vehicle enters the network, the system recognizes it and adds it to a constantly updating map of traffic behavior. Across the industry, smart city initiatives are rapidly expanding, and one of the biggest challenges is turning existing infrastructure into intelligent systems without rebuilding everything from scratch. This company's approach allows cities to upgrade current camera networks with AI rather than replacing them, which makes adoption faster and cheaper. Its traction comes from partnerships with cities, transportation departments, and law enforcement agencies that deploy these systems across entire regions. Once installed, the data becomes incredibly valuable for multiple departments, creating a strong incentive to expand usage over time. The company behind this technology is Reker Systems Inc., trading under the ticker REKR, and its stock price is around 95 cents. Despite powering AI systems that watch and analyze live traffic across cities, it is still priced below $1. One reason it remains cheap is that the market often sees it as a small traffic technology firm rather than a key player in AI-driven surveillance and smart city infrastructure. The value of its data and AI capabilities is not immediately obvious unless you understand how cities are evolving toward intelligent monitoring systems. When you compare both companies, they are solving different parts of the same future. BigBear.ai focuses on large-scale predictive intelligence across complex data environments, often in defense and infrastructure contexts. Reker focuses on real-time visual intelligence across city roadways and public spaces. One works behind the scenes analyzing massive data flows. The other sits directly on live camera networks turning video into structured data. Both are positioned at the intersection of AI surveillance and real-world deployment. Both have systems already operating today, not in theory. And both are trading at prices that don't seem to reflect the scale of what they're building. Of course, there are risks. These companies operate in government-heavy and infrastructure-heavy sectors where sales cycles are long and revenue can be uneven. They also face competition from larger technology firms that may enter the same spaces. And because they are smaller companies, their stock prices can be volatile. But from an educational perspective, they show how AI is not just about software tools and chatbots. It is increasingly about embedding intelligence into the physical world through cameras, sensors, and data networks. These are early examples of how AI is becoming part of the infrastructure of cities and nations. So when you look at these two AI stocks under $5, you're not just looking at small companies. You're looking at firms whose technology is already watching roads, analyzing data streams, and powering surveillance systems that most people interact with every day without realizing it.